2 3
Today we're going to talk all about waiting. Now I did a video quite a long time ago actually, well it feels like a long time ago now, about teaching kids how to wait. It wasn't with a child with autism, so I thought I'd redo the video today and show you a little bit about how we've been teaching Kimi to wait. It's such an important skill. A lot of parents when they come in would say, oh, my child won't wait, he'll get upset, he'll start to cry. Whenever we tell him, you know, it's time to wait for something simple, he, you know, demonstrates a lot of challenging behavior. Where we began with Kimi is we wanted to help him to understand what waiting is all about. So firstly, we want to be very clear with him about what the word is and what it means. A lot of kids, when they hear the word wait, all they're hearing is like, no, you can't have it. They don't think like, oh, if I just wait for a little bit, I can actually have that thing. They're just hearing sort of like, basically, you can't have it because I'm not giving it to you. They don't understand the meaning of the word wait. So this is really important in the beginning. You also have to recognize that when you're teaching a child to wait, usually when you begin that process, it's pretty non-preferred activity. And so again, you have to be very careful because they may get upset or start to whine and complain or have a tantrum. So in the beginning, it's got to be very, very short. So, and you have to teach a student what it is you're wanting them to do when they are waiting. So this is the first phase I'm going to show you here with Kimi, and he's with Debbie, one of our wonderful therapists, and she has a toy that he really likes, which is the iPad, and when she turns it around, she asks him to wait, and she reinforces him very, very often. She touches his hands because she wants him to know that when you have your hands in your lap, that's like what we mean by waiting. And she tells him very frequently how great a job he's doing in waiting. And then after a very short period of time, she says, time's up, and he understands that when she says that, he can go and he can have his iPad time. Okay, let's have a look.
好 ，Kimi， 我哋開始等喎，你係咪玩呢個啊？係啦，有指住個喎，我哋擺喺度要等嘅。係啦，手仔放好有等到，仲有等到喎，唔使摸啦。係嘅，冇搞我啲嘢，有等到叻仔喎，手仔放好嘅。係啦，有等到喎 ，Kimi 有等得好好喎，有等玩具叻仔啊！好啦，夠鐘啦，你可以玩啦，叻仔喎 ，Kimi 有等呢邊啊，
Okay, so you know, another important thing for us to try to do is to increase the independence of the child. So when we keep labeling and using those kinds of words, it does remind the student of what to do, and it means they don't have to be quite so independent. So in this next video, it's really the same task, but you'll see that Debbie, she doesn't use so many comments. She doesn't touch his hands nearly as much. She's expecting him to have learned all those skills and wait much nicer.
好啊，我哋而家要等一陣，你等一陣啦。Kimi 有正經等我夠鐘啦，你可以睇啦。
Okay, so he's waiting pretty well there in that session. The next segment I'm going to show you is now working with Ray, and Ray wants to try to demonstrate how we might start to make the waiting a bit more natural. So one thing he does is he starts to move around the room. So he asks Kimi to wait while he goes to get something from the shelf. And in the beginning, this is very short, okay? So, and you'll see when Ray gets up to go over there, he leaps out of the chair and isn't waiting nicely. Ray has to put him back and start again, reminding him to wait and start the task one more time.
哎呀，冧咗啦，唔得啦。好啦 ，Kimi 啊，等一陣先。嗱，我咧會攞多啲車俾你，但你等我一陣喎，唔好搞嘢喎，等一等啦。係啦，你唔啱，等一等。係啦，你再等一等啦。叻仔喎，等得好好喎。好啦，等我攞多啲車出嚟先。嘿，係啦，嗱，等得好好啦。攞個大啲嘅先，大巴士。阿 Kimi 啊，你咁樣唔係等得好啊，唔喐嗰隻腳仔，唔好揼嚟揼去先得㗎。係啦，等得好好，大巴士一解到啦。然之後咧，我哋攞個綠色啊，知綠色呢架嘅係咪？綠色車擺呢度啊。仲有 然後咧做呢個喎，你係咪好中意呢個咧？生果車。好啦，等。
Okay, here's another video. This came shortly after, and you'll see that Ray remembered smartly that Kimi might jump out of the chair. So you'll notice that when Ray gets up to move to the other side of the room, he catches Kimi being good and says, "Oh, you're waiting very nicely." And that's a really important kind of moment because it means that then Kimi does actually wait for a much longer period of time when Ray is across the room getting the toys for him.
你呢個都唔係嚟嘅，唔係呢個咧都唔係。Kimi 啊，我想揾咧嗰架直升機，你揾到直升機喺邊啊？我揾唔到喎，你等一陣我去揾啦，等一等啊，唔好搞嘢喎。揾下先，直升機喺邊度咧？唔係喎，架直升機，你有等喎，叻仔喎，你睇下，有架直升機啊！
We want to make sure that we're teaching kids to wait for all kinds of different things in different settings. So not just in a therapy room or a table and chair. So there's a couple more activities we did with Kimi. One was having him wait for his snack, you know, because sometimes when we're at the snack table, there's things we're having to get out of the bag and he might be grabbing at the things. So this is a video of Ray teaching him to wait while we're getting his snack things out of the bag.
好啦，Kimi 我哋等一等咯喎，我攞嚟食茶點啦。係啦，等一等，叻仔啦，等得好好嚇。哇，睇下先，我哋有個水樽。叻仔啊，等一等啊，望下先。咦，正喎！你呢個係蘋果嚟嘅喎，好似。等得好好喎，Kimi。 好啦，睇下。係啊 ，Kimi 你冇等得好喎，要等一等啊。係啦，等一等嘅，我攞緊嘢啊嘛。睇下，哇！你有三文治食喎，仲有隻叉添啊。係啦，嗱，而家就等得好啦。哎呦，等得好啦，咁就叻仔啦。哇！
Okay, also in a more natural environment, we're back in the playground, and one thing he likes to do is he loves to go on the roller coaster in our playground. So Ray is now teaching him to wait while Ray does the roller coaster. Now Ray deliberately kind of plays around with it to make it look like he's fixing it so that he can get a slightly longer duration of time, which teaches Kimi to wait for a longer period. And this is also a more difficult task because Kimi's now also stood up. It's much easier to teach kids to wait when they're sitting down, but now he has to stand and he has to wait nicely. This is also another kind of phase of how we teach waiting. Okay, one other thing we like to do when we teach waiting is teaching kids to wait in a specific space. Because sometimes, like, you've got to go to a doctor's office, or you're on a bus, or you're in a shop, or you're somewhere where you have to do something and you really need your child to wait in a specific place for a period of time. So in this example, Ray takes Kimi to the office, our office, and he's asked to wait just outside the office on a chair, and so that Ray can go inside, get something and come back out. Now you'll see as soon as Ray walks in the office, he doesn't wait, he leaps out of the chair and goes running in the office, and Ray does a correctional procedure where he brings him back, provides some feedback, provides him the instruction again to wait, and then Kimi waits well while Ray goes in, takes his time to get the items and come back.
好啦，嗱，等一等喎，等一等，個攞緊機啦，等陣啦。個好等一等啊，知唔知啊？叻仔啦喎，嚟多次啦。好，嚟。等我一陣啦喎，等一等啦。叻仔，等一等。
So all of these waiting programs require you to really do a pretty good assessment of how long your child will wait for and what sort of phase is he at. You need to provide repeated practice with different people in different kinds of settings for it to be successful. And you need to be building on a pattern of success. So if your child is crying or getting upset all the time, you're doing something wrong, and it probably means you're being too demanding, or that your child doesn't understand what it is that is happening, and they're just upset because you won't give them what they want. So I hope this has been a little bit instructive into, and how we teach kids how to wait. There is another video that I made, which you can find here, which is also about waiting, which might also be helpful for anybody who's interested to learn more about it. Interestingly, in this video, you'll notice we didn't use any visual cues or any kind of icons or things that maybe we talked about in the other video. And I think that was a good thing, because I think we chose for Kimi that we thought he'd be able to manage just the verbal instruction, which I think he did. He understood that very well. And we didn't want to have like a timer or anything like that, because it's going to be more unnatural. It's going to be something that we have to fade out later on. So by just telling him time's up is a very easy thing probably for his parents and everybody in his environment to kind of do, which is why we sort of went that direction with him.